it, baby. Damn right there is. And it's Thursday, baby. It's time for a Blue Dot family meeting. I'm so damn glad y'all are here. Mega Wet Willie was the first one to jump in. Thank you very much. Brandon Johnson, Bart Larson's here. Jeff Curry, Jeanette Miller is with us. The remixtress is with us. Thank you, baby. Jeanette Miller. Oh, she came in twice. Damn. In and out, baby. Tracy Tobias, my neighbor. Thank you for being here. Adina Michael. Look at her. Jeanette Miller's here again. Damn. Boy, she gets around now. Debbie Maria's here. BW. Michael Johnson, thank you for being here, brother. Let me see. Dwayne Twizzle's here. Bruce Preston came in again. That smart-ass squaw's with us. I just got here. My day has been long, baby. It just came in the door. Anyway, Dorothy Tyndall, thank you for being here. Randy Peterson, woo pig, buddy. Jeff Curry, Lord have mercy. Let me get on that. Well, wait a minute. Nancy Halverson's here. Deborah Douglas. Let me see. I was looking for. Oh, let me see. I think it was Mega Wet Willie just made a comment I was looking at a little while ago. Anyway, I'm glad y'all are here. It is indeed Thursday. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And what a day. It's a good day. We've had a streak of good days, baby. There's been reasons to smile damn near every day, and today is no different. With the passing of the Respect for Marriage Act through Congress, and it's on its way to get signed, and good on us for getting that done. Of course, not everybody was on the ticket, baby, and that bothered me. We had enough Republicans, though, that crossed over the aisle to 30-something, I think, to get it over the finish line. But that does not include neither one of my senators here in Texas, John Cornhole Cornyn, and Cancun Ted Cruz, and including my congressman, Michael Cloud, all voted against it. And that bothers me to a degree because there's the comment that I was trying to find. The reason it bothers me a bit, even more so than normal, is Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is going through a crisis within his own family. And it touches on the equal rights of each person. And I just don't know how that man, I'm embarrassed for him to be my senator. I'm embarrassed for him to be a human being sometimes. He's the most least liked person in Congress, in the House and the Senate. Ask all them guys, who do you hate the most? Ted Cruz. Why? Because he's a dick. He's an asshole. He's a flip-flopper. He just goes wherever the wind is blowing, whatever, I'll say whatever as long as it sounds like a right-wing nut job. I'm embarrassed like shit for him. But despite people like him, then that act was passed, and it's a small step, I think, because and not until they codify same-sex marriage across the land will there be equal rights. This states' rights bullshit is just what it is, bullshit. It's a way for the Republicans to play games with people's lives. They love doing that shit, and it does. It pisses me off. It should piss everybody off. Anyway, let me catch up my shit because, like I said, been a long day. I just walked in the door, shoved some mashed potatoes in my mouth along with a nice pork chop that Mama made, and I'm still picking it in my teeth. Anyway, Mega Wet Willie came in and donated $10 and said, great news today. And I seen this story earlier, but I saw it in the comment. He said, great news today here in Florida. State Representative Joe Harding, a Republican out of Williston, who pushed the Don't Say Gay bill, got busted on federal fraud charges and resigned today. Good. Take his unethical ass and get out the road. On fraud charges and accepted some money from somebody. Anyway, I want to thank Pernell Miles and Nikki Danielle for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and welcome to the family, baby. David.
Yes, sir.
How are you today, sir?
My mic sucks. If you can't hear me, let me know.
No, I can hear you. It's not as good as you normally sound, but...
I've been digging into this attempted overthrow of the German government. Thinking how important it is. I mean, this really is one of the reasons I think we emphasize the Blue Dot family being a international family sometimes,
We are indeed.
because we're in an international struggle against this sort of crap. Germany, of all people, you know, having to deal with this.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
I hope our Blue Dots overseas are doing all right.
I hope so. You know, they're rounding them up. QAnon. Can you believe that shit? A bunch of QAnon believers. And Pizzagate.
QAnon's just the recent most extension of old conspiracy theories surrounding the Jews.
It's the same bullshit packaged up a
Same.
different way.
Yep.
Aussie Dave, how are you, brother? Speaking of our international family.
Yeah.
Not excited. I speaking to my lovely sister Mitchie Chick a short while ago, and explained to her how at the moment I thought Donald Trump was shit on a stick, but my life at the moment is shit on a stick. We're being flooded out.
Not good.
Well, we've been flooded out, and as of this morning, I was advised by power, by sewage, by water, all representatives coming around. The water's creeping up underneath the house. It's not far away now. It's probably only a few yards away. No electricity, no sewage, no water for a minimum of 3 months.
3 months.
We'll reassess it. 3 months.
Whoa, Dave, that's going to be rough, brother. That's
3 months.
Rough.
Now, I've been spending the last 2 weeks moving 15 years of being in this one spot of everything you collect and gather upstairs, which has been backbreaking. And now we're going to have nothing. It's going to be like midsummer. It's going to be stinking fucking hot. And we're going to have water underneath with lots of mozzies. I got my encephalitis shots with lots of mozzies and no services. It's going to be a very ugly Christmas New Year.
That's mosquitoes, huh?
Yes, mosquitoes. Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I can only imagine. I don't have to imagine, Dave. You know, I've been through several floods here at my place, and it lasts for, a month or so, and it.
Well, this is a 1 in 100 year flood, John. That's what they're saying. It's already broken certain records that didn't expect it to break. There's a series of peaks. There was a peak supposed to be this week. Well, they've put it back another 2 weeks because things have changed within the river, and it doesn't work the way it used to 50, 60 years ago, the river. It's been chopped and changed. So what they're saying is we're going to have a series of peaks. We'll have one at the end of December. We'll have one mid-January. We'll have one early February. These are the peaks. Yeah.
Well,
hence we're.
What are your plans,
Go
Dave?
on.
Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be staying?
I'm going to be here, mate. I'm going to be
You're going to
here.
stay at the house? As long as water doesn't come in. No, that's where I stayed. You had to come in and out by boat, but we stayed right here.
There has been looting. Upstream. See, it takes this river's. Can you imagine 2 big rivers that melt into one at the border, and then it comes down, and that's why we have this big flood. Well, those 2 rivers up in the Darling Basin and higher up, they are in flood. So we have 2 rivers in flood coming into another river in flood. So we're going to cop some pretty bad stuff down the track. We expect it. And as I say, 1 in 100 years, the government's apologising. They didn't expect this would happen. They put locks and weirs in to make sure it wouldn't happen again after 1956 and 1974, but it's happened again. So they've been doing the right thing. They've been giving us water, like, these 4-litre containers of water, these mineral water. They gave us 10 containers of that. They gave us $100 gift vouchers to buy anything we may need. But this is all a Band-Aid fix to make us feel better.
Not gonna last you long.
No, mate. And I've got to get to the shop by either a boat, which I've got a rowboat downstairs. I've got a jet ski downstairs as well. So I can get to the shop that way. If I'm super lucky, the levee, which I'll put some photos on later on if I get a chance and chat, of this levee they built on the parklands. It is 2 odd meters high, which is 2 meters in your language is about 2 yards and a little bit. 6, 7 feet high, this is.
Yeah.
So they built that levee at that level, which puts my property 5 foot of water underneath. So I may be lucky and still have a road at the front, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
So I may be sort of trapped by boat. But,
That's me.
you know,
When I
that's
flood
my
out here, it's
nightmare.
about a mile to a dry road. It's 1 mile
Is it?
to get to a dry
Right.
road.
Well, the road. The sad part about this, John, is that the river, as I said, is 1,500 miles long. So from getting from the top where the snow melt's happening and the rain's
That's gonna
happening,
take a
it's
long
17
time.
days. 17
Yeah,
days, mate.
that's going to be a long time for all that water to come down that river.
And you know what we do to our land? The water is like a goldy, dirty brown colour. It's all the chemicals being washed off the farmers' properties and all that. It's ugly. It's ugly.
No, I'm very familiar, Dave. The same thing here. It's farm country. You get a lot of runoff into the river. And no, it's not something you want to dive in and just go swimming. No. No, as a matter of fact,
But I'm sorry for.
But now,
I'm sorry for
again,
crying on your shoulder on your show.
Dave, but I really want you to know that if there's anything this Blue Dot family could do to help, just let us know. You know, if there's anything that we can do, don't hesitate to ask, brother.
Just knowing that I'm in your thoughts and you think about me every now and then, that's just nice to know. It's when you're forgotten about.
No.
You know, which we do in this family. When someone hurts in this family, we always send positive vibes and we always think good thoughts. And
we try to. We try to. We try to be a cohesive family here and genuinely care about everybody that's in here.
I'm going to get on when I can.
Well,
when I can, I will get on, John.
We're not going to let you go right now. We got you, so we're going to keep you for a while. Miss you, Chick, are you with us, baby? Miss Chick? I cannot hear you. Oh, she's muted and unmuted. Cannot hear you, darling. Maybe you're going to have to back out and come back in. Not hearing her. You were just
I see Donnie's being a victim at the moment again. The poor bastard. He's another victim.
Yeah.
They're picking on him so much. Maybe if he stopped breaking the law, they wouldn't pick on him so much.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, I can think of a few things he could do. You know, they're going for this. I think they said January 21st. The January 6th committee is going to come out, and word is already.
Yep.
Yeah, we're already getting that. Donnie's going to get a criminal referral, and at least 4 others besides Trump. And you have to wonder now.
Do you think anything will come of it? Do you think anything will come of it? I mean, don't you think they've got enough on this guy already?
Not because of the recommendation, not the referral. I said before that these charges have to be organic out of the Department of Justice. It can't be just a referral. The referral is going to help. The referral is going to give it, more. I don't think it needs any more credibility, but it's going to give it more oomph behind it. But, it's up to the Department of Justice and Special Counsel Jack Smith, who is picking up pace.
I've got to say this, John. I've got to say this. The world does talk a lot about, I wonder what America's going to do with Donald Trump. That is basically the mystery question getting around the world. Are they going to do the right thing and uphold the law and show that they are not a lawless country and no one's above the law, or are they going to let this guy slide just for the sake of embarrassment?
I don't know, but
we'll see.
Jeanette Miller just said Mr. Smith just issued contempt charges against Donnie. I hope so, because that's where they were going. Yes, Justice Department seeking to hold Trump in contempt over classified documents. The Republican Party is coming to the realization that, hey, emperor has no clothes, man. That guy's naked and it don't look pretty. They're going to start bailing from him. Yes, he's broke. He's having to pay lawyers with the PAC money he's getting.
His taxes prove that, apparently.
Apparently. Miss Chick, did you make it in here, baby?
Allegedly.
Did you allegedly make it in here, Miss Chick? I can't hear you.
Come on, darling. I was just talking to you.
Yep, Discord might be messing with her. We're going to try to recycle.
Are you with us, David?
David, are you there? David?
He's got no sound.
He's got no sound. Now it's just me and you. I see David lighting up, but I'm not getting any sound from him.
Yeah.
And I am connected.
Oh.
I can see that. David? It seems I
Oh.
heard him for a second. Let me see if I can get...
Yeah, I heard I got a peep out of him.
Yeah, I heard a peep come. Miss Chick?
How about
Can you
now?
hear me yet?
Yes, we can hear
Yay.
you, darling.
How about now?
How are you
I
doing?
had to
Yes, David.
back
Left
all
me
the way
out.
out and come back in.
Several times.
Well,
I'm
that's Mike.
doing okay, John.
Good.
You know,
What?
I thought, we've been anticipating the election in Georgia, and damn, why was it so close? What's wrong with these people? But anyways,
I'm happy we
I
won,
was
but
thinking
no,
that-
I fully understand that. Why was it close? There should have been no reason
right.
it was close.
It's
Should
a
have been
worry.
no reason at all. But in the meantime, it's like, little hurdle that you get over, and then you think you're going to be able to take a breath, and there's just crap. It's just crap all day long, every day. It's just,
gotta
it won't
get better.
stop.
Mm.
I can't seem to take a breath.
It's-
But I did
It's
have,
shit on a stick, mate.
it is shit on a stick. But I'm reminded that 81 years ago yesterday, a very amazing woman came on to reassure the American people that we would be okay while they were being so anxious, because it was the day after Pearl Harbor.
Indeed.
And Eleanor Roosevelt, I'm sorry, very amazing woman. Just imagine, she probably would have been what we call a podcaster influencer
An influencer, yeah.
in this day and age. But whilst her husband and the rest of the, powers that be that needed to be talking and doing what they were doing the day after that, she came on her regular little coffee clatch radio show that she does and made some statements just prior to it to let everybody know that they were going to be all right, because the United States is an amazing place, and people would pull together, and all,
It is an
even though
amazing
there would
place,
be a
but we could be much
rough road ahead, we can do this.
There's nothing that we can't do. There's nothing that this country cannot accomplish if we work together to do it. The problem is
Right, but it's
nowadays
that working
together.
together part.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
working together part that's gotten us in trouble here lately. And,
But
You've also got to have you've also got to have two parties, John, that want to work together. One party doesn't want to play. One party just doesn't want to play
no.
nice.
One party is not based in reality. One party is somewhat based. There's a divide over there. We'll get to that in just a second. Let me thank David Billings for coming in with a $5 donation. And very good news today. Brittany Griner has been released and is flying home now. Indeed. I saw the news this morning. Everybody, I think, was happy as hell to that.
Yep.
Now, Paul Whelan is still there, and there is such a big disappointment that we can't get him out yet. But they assure us that they're going to continue to keep working.
Didn't Trumpy release a whole pile of Taliban prisoners and gave them
There was a
freedom?
big swap.
Yet the GOP is currently turning around saying this is wrong. We should be freeing her. Blah 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 blah. Give me a break.
That's
You know,
exactly what the
fucking-
Republican Party's going to do. They're going to try to shit on it any way they can, and it's no different. The Republican Party right now, I don't know. They are at a crossroads. We are seeing a few people. Of course, some expected Mitt Romney and Mitch McConnell even come out and said some bad words about Donnie. They've got to peel their ass away from him. He's an anchor on their ass, and until they get rid of the maggot crowd that is associated with him and chase them people out of your party, they're going to have problems trying to win any election. Because I don't think the American people, the independents in this country, are not going to,
It's gutter
Play this
politics, mate. Just gutter politics. That's what they're playing.
It is. It is, and we're fixing to see a whole lot of it when the Republicans take over in the House. It's not assured that Kevin McCarthy's going to be Speaker, but, Biggs out of Arizona, I think, is challenging him. But
Whoever it's going to be is going to be a nightmare anyhow.
it's
Doesn't
going to be
matter.
a shit show in the House of Representatives, yeah. But they
Yeah.
do not hold
I
that
mean, they're
large of
out
a majority.
today.
It's not like they can just steamroll everything.
They are out today saying that they're after Biden. They think the Biden family's got this great conspiracy going on. What in the fuck? I mean, this guy has been the best president you've had since Obama. And he's achieved more than Donald Trump had ever achieved in 4 years. He's achieved it in 3 months.
More in 2 years than a whole
And they want to
lot.
crucify him.
Well, the Republicans do. The Republicans want to
It's
just hold
cruel.
him. Yes, it's ignorance at its highest. You know, this country could accomplish so much if the Republicans would get off their ass instead of this. I don't know what it is. This great desire to own all the power in America, but you know, there's people out here that need things done. We don't need bullshit committees to go chasing down rabbit holes just to try to dig up dirt on somebody. Not just to
Benghazi.
There you go, Benghazi. Emails.
And they did
just
admit,
keep pumping it out there.
we remember in Australia when I think it was Lindsey Graham that came out and said, well, you know, Hillary Clinton was a problem. That's why we brought up Benghazi.
Yeah,
You know?
that's exactly right. When at the end of it, when they asked him what was the result of it, they said, "Have you seen it? Well, have you seen Hillary's poll numbers?" That's what it's about.
That's right.
It's not about justice or doing what's right. It's how you can hurt the other party. And I don't see Democrats doing that. I'm sorry. I see Democrats trying to push through legislation big time. And they're hitting a brick wall when it comes to these Republicans. Because
And if the Democrats did do it, John, they would do a lot of damage. If the Democrats projected to the people of what Trump's been doing openly and broadcasted it loudly, good on them, and it would hurt the GOP, but they're not dirty. That's the problem.
Yeah.
There's not enough dirt. Democrats can get a little bit dirty. Not a lot, but a little bit dirty.
We need to take a little of the same kind of route they take sometime and hammer them to death with some shit. The difference being is we have some solid things that we could beat them over the head with. We could.
Yes.
But we're trying to get legislation through, which means that we have to work with some of them. So we're trying to play nice across the aisle, which is what we always do. We try to play nice. Let's get consensus on something. Let's get something passed and move on down the line. And no, they're going to sit over and it's the one thing great about having a 51-49 Senate is we're not going to be stuck to this 50-50 in committees. And that what was making it so hard to get anything passed through the Senate was the fact that on every committee there was 50% Republican, 50% Democrat, and the Republicans just could hold everything up. And they did what we couldn't push through. But the problem with a lot of it is we've gotten done is because of the stuff that, Gary Spring, 51-49 is a big difference from 50-50. We still had control with the vice president coming in with a tie-breaking vote, but on the committees where it matters, if you have a 50-50 Senate, then the committees are all 50-50, which makes difficulty in getting things passed.
It's a fundamental difference in power.
I have a visitor in here, and I'm concerned about where she's going.
I can't be heard, I guess.
What was that, David? What did you say the fundamental problem is?
I don't think I can be heard. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we can hear you, Dennis.
No, I can hear you.
Power sharing structure changes now. 51-49 means that they can go back and rework that whole power sharing structure with Mitch McConnell.
Indeed.
He has to acquiesce to it.
Yeah, we had a power sharing agreement with the Republicans.
Can't really play their game because that'll hand everything back to the Republicans because we have now. What people want to see, especially the undecided voters that came out, is action. They want to see things done. They will reward things being done. The minute we start doing the obstructionist, fight with, what your side did, Republicans, they will get sick and disgusted and walk away. They will stop voting. Got to keep motivated. Got to keep that middle coming back to our side, coming back realizing, government can.
And I think the Respect for Marriage Act today shows that. You have to get Republicans across to vote for something. It can't be a battle all the way. To get something done, they have to cooperate. And they're not going to do that if we're just constantly trying to beat them over the head. You know, we have to take the higher ground. It's who we are. Our fight is more for the common man than it is for the ultra-rich, baby. You know.
We can never make it about what they make it about. That is just grabbing and holding power. Aussie, you just got real quiet. Is that you?
I
It's
think it's
Aussie.
Aussie.
What? I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
Go
all.
on.
That's all right. We just heard a fifth person in the room. But
Yeah, my son just come back from going down. They're setting up down the road is a pumping station which pumps water out the river to the town of Adelaide. In that pumping station is a very large car park. And what they're doing is setting up 15 or so showers and similar amount of toilets in
oh,
those
thank goodness
portable
for that.
showers and toilets. Yeah. Well, otherwise people aren't going to be able to go to the toilet or have a shower.
Yeah, and that gets rough
People
after a
on
while.
my street. It does. You start to smell.
Yeah, you start to get a little rank, buddy. I'm telling you, yeah. No, the last flood that we went through, luckily we never lost power to the house, so we had power the whole way through the flood, which made it a whole lot easier. Yeah, no sewage or anything like that. You couldn't go to the bathroom; it's not going anywhere. So
What's the other side of it is apparently the sewage can come back up through the floor and through the toilet.
Yeah, your septic tank gets full, and yeah. There's a lot of side little issues anytime you have a flood that's just really a joy to deal with. Yeah.
But it's so messy. It's just so messy because
I seen somebody
it's like
a while
a
ago,
power.
I can't remember. Somebody's recommended that you get one of them bee hat net hat for the mosquitoes. Keep the mosquitoes
Yeah,
off. You get you
well,
a bee hat.
I don't know if you've got the problem in America at the moment with Japanese encephalitis getting around with mosquito bites. Apparently, it's another thing that is hurting people that get bit by the mosquito. You get encephalitis, which is worse than COVID. So I've been vaccinated against that yesterday, thank God, because there's plenty of mozzies around. Have you got it in America, this Japanese encephalitis mosquito thing?
Not here yet.
Not here yet, but I know we are having a problem with increase in flu cases because they're talking about the hospitals being pretty well full in some areas.
Well, look, a lot of people in Australia are still wearing masks, and the flu numbers have dropped right off. So there is something to say about the mask, even as a social thing, that if you go to the doctor's surgery, if you go to the hospital and visit someone, you should wear a mask because you're walking into that environment full of those things.
No, I went to the store today, and there's people walking around all in there with masks on. So people.
And you ask them how long since they've had a cold. I bet you they say a long time since they've had a cold.
It's been a while since I've had one. Well, I take that back. It wasn't that long ago. I felt bad, but I don't even look to see if it's flu or what. I don't know. You know, I feel terrible for a couple of days and I get better. If I don't get
So
better,
these
then
two
I'll be
documents I've
concerned
just
about it.
found. John, where did they find these two documents recently? I know that I've just found two documents. Where were they?
They were in a storage unit that Donnie rented, I guess, or owns. I don't know. It was a storage unit, is what they said. But they're going after, evidently, for contempt of Congress, because or contempt of court. God damn it. Anyway, contempt they gave him so many opportunities. They had to do a search warrant to get the rest of them, most of them.
Unbelievable.
So
I mean, this would be the third. This is the third time that they've found stuff that he said he never had.
And they still don't think it's all.
Haven't they got records of what they're missing?
Yes, they do. That's what's so ignorant. Everything that was checked out, everything that left the left the archives or left up, it was documented. So yeah, I would imagine they have a list of every document that was taken, and if it's not back, well.
The problem is we have evidence that Johnny was moving the documents, had gotten a bit of a heads up that he was going to get raided, that he knew about it in advance, started moving documents.
Moving stuff around. Why?
Yeah.
The
Shady as
overall,
hell.
the overall writing question for me has always been why? Why did you do that? Why are you trying to hide them? What were your plans for those documents? Not your library. Don't come up with that shit, because we all know better than that. It was to make a deal. It was for leverage on, you
Yes.
know. That's
Espionage.
exactly what it
It's
was.
espionage.
And he is going to be
It's one
charged under
word.
the Espionage Act if they on some of this stuff they're talking. Maybe if the documents charge keeps going, it part of it is espionage. Is one of the issues they're
There's
looking
two
at.
ways
How
history.
blatantly Trump is
I
lying now.
can't remember
mean,
what term they used.
Yes, he is blatantly lying. He's just
Yes.
out there blatantly lying.
He just said on his Truth Social, he talked about terminating the Constitution. He then said, "I never said terminate the Constitution," while the post on Truth Social was still up, saying to terminate the Constitution. That's how blatant he is now. And his followers.
It's sort of like he's expecting you to just wait. These are not the droids you're looking for. Like everybody will just forget shit. No.
Yeah, what you see and what you hear is not what's happening.
Yeah, no. And that's exactly a quote from him. What you see and what you hear is not happening. Really? Well, seems to be happening.
Now you're going to believe you? Do you believe your lying eyes? Well,
The four that the House is looking at are Mark Meadows, John Eastman, Jeffrey Clark, and Rudy Giuliani. Those are the other four that the January 6th committee may be the ones they say, but more than likely. I think they got the information out already. So that's who we're looking at. And I'm glad to see it, Mark Meadows in there. Good old Mark. Let's see how far.
they've all got to go down, John. They've all got to go down because the government. There's two ways history's going to write this. It's going to be written as, well, let's make an example of Donny and make sure that no bastard ever tries us again and said we won't put up with it. Or they go down history saying we were soft on the prick and now we're paying for it, but we've got a dictator. Meaning that if you let this guy slide, you'll have a dictator eventually, sooner than later.
If we don't, hold him accountable, then what does that say about our justice system? That it is only for if you ain't got no money, if you ain't got no power. But if you have money and power, well, you get that, and we all know to a degree that is already true. But to have it so blatantly thrown in your face, no. He's got to go. He's got to be charged. Now, whether we get a conviction or not, Lord, I don't know how this is all going to play out.
You've got to. This has got to save face for America and the world's face because you are out there.
We do.
And have been out there for decades saying this is how a good government runs. This is how a good country runs. And if you can't lead by example, then you look like you've been pissing in the wind.
And that's exactly what the Republican Party is doing. Let me thank Stephanie Dean. Thank you very much, Carly. Came in with a $5 donation and said, nobody in Florida is wearing masks. I use ordering for everything. Amen, baby. That's what Travis, he'd rather order everything and get curbside. We get curbside pickup. Everybody you just call your store to, shop online, stop out there, they bring it out to your car, and away you go. Of course,
Is that right?
No, I'm more of I got to go to the store to get this, and this because we're out. And but a lot of times I don't wear a mask religiously, but a lot of times I do if I feel like a place is just too packed. And that is here lately because the stores are packed. But yeah,
because it's the holiday season.
it is. It's everybody's out there hacking and coughing and shit. So yeah, you got to be careful. But I'm a lot like Stephanie. If we can order everything, I think all the Christmas shopping is going to be done online. I don't think anybody in our family wants to go out there and hit the holiday rush out there. I know I don't. When I say I'm going,
I don't want to be in the
I go
thick of
to
it.
HEB to go grocery shopping. That's where I go. And but yeah, you can tell just by the traffic in town and whatnot. It's the holiday season. People are out there. So you have to take appropriate precautions and make sure that you're boosted up. Make sure that's the thing they need. And if you ain't got your flu shot yet, get that too. Hell, they just they got shots for everything nowadays.
They
Yeah,
do.
you know, this is the thing about. There was an article. I don't know if you ever know of a program called DW, which is Deutsche Welle. It's a German type news program. They're saying that there has been a cure for cancer or certain cancers for many years, but they're shelved because it's more money in treating it than curing it. Curing it's a one-off income. Treating it's a lifelong income, and that's the politics of medicine. Don't cure cancer. There's more money in making treatments and all the chemicals you need.
It's moral.
Yeah,
That's why it's moral to make medicine for profit. This is the perfect example.
it does.
Profits over people.
And I don't think there's a one amongst us that hasn't had that conversation with somebody that we know. You know, yeah, I mean, we've made advances, but you know, it's.
Oh, we've made plenty of advances. It's like the water powered car and the other powered cars that have been bought by the oil companies and shelved because of they don't want hydrogen out there or whatever it may be. You know.
Right.
That guy that had the car that ran on water, he was found dead in that same car. So don't tell me there's no conspiracies with oil companies.
How many major advances we could have if the market didn't oppose some ideas. And you're right.
Yep.
A water-powered car, you know, would have been great, but it ain't happening because, well, what the hell are you going to do? All these oil companies go out of business. And in the medical world, too, you have to wonder, in the search for a cure for cancer, why it is taking so long. We hope it would you know, move along faster. I don't want to think that, but it's got to be in the conversation. Only because of past history.
Certainly.
You know, it has to be a part of the conversation. You know.
I've got a sound bite of a company CEO. It's only about 30 seconds long. When I get a chance, I'll put it on post. But unfortunately, as I said, I'm not sure what I'm doing the next hour from minute to minute. But the situation is that this CEO was sitting in a room talking, and he was bragging how they're making record profits based on policies that were assisted by the previous government, meaning they cut limitations on what they can do. They know to pollute now, and you know they're making record profits.
Look what
and
happened
you're paying out the wazoo.
When Donnie came into office and Scott Pruitt was put in charge of the EPA. Scott Pruitt's a big oil and gas guy out of Oklahoma. He came in there and raped the EPA. It demolished regulations that had been on the books for years to streamline the oil and gas industry. That's part of why we see such a huge profit margin that oil and gas companies are getting now. Not only are they making it on the front on the cost of the gas, they're making it on the backside. The cost of doing the business has gone down because of those regulations that were cut. And there were thousands of them. And those regulations being cut, again, from the EPA, the Environmental Protection, those are going to come back and haunt us one day.
Yep.
You know, I can't quote one right now. There's a whole lot of them to do with fracking and the way we do that. And right down to the fracking fluid. It's a proprietary recipe. I don't have to tell you what's in that fluid. You know,
a blatant land grab when
indeed.
Donnie's first day in office. You know, he wanted to go ahead and go on all the national
drill,
parks.
baby, drill. And
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And the oil fields suck. They love him. They love the Republicans for that. Because they don't give a shit about the environment or anything else, baby. It's about profit.
No, they'll throw money at anybody that will do things for them.
What's that, Miss Chick?
He got paid for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say they throw money at anybody that will do something in their favor.
That's why they wanted Herschel Walker so bad. He's not going to look at the issues. He's going to vote the way he's told to vote.
And they wouldn't even have to throw as much money at him, probably.
Yeah. But no, probably not near as much as some of the other ones get. Yeah, every time I see people talking about the record profits of the oil and gas companies, that's part of my mindset, is the fact that, they're saving a whole lot of money on things that they used to have to do to protect the environment that they don't have to do anymore. You know, it's
Yep.
you know,
They don't have to if they don't want to. Remember, you know all that stuff they call mud that they stick down the well holes when they're drilling.
I'm very familiar with mud. Believe me.
Right.
I've had
Now,
it.
they used to have to collect all that. They used to have to collect 99% of it back out the ocean floor when they've finished using that mud. Now, that's only down to 60 or 70% they have to collect. So what is, that just means less work, less storage. They're making money at the wazoo. Donnie helped them out so much. Yet he's still freaking broke.
I'm telling you, man, it's all in the back deals. Let me thank Michael Johnson, who came in with a $5 donation and said, I've seen where drugstores are running out of cold medicines because people are stockpiling them. Fuck Trump. Yeah, I went to HEB the other day to go get some NyQuil, and nope.
Why?
The only one they had down there on the shelf was the Vapo Cool NyQuil. John don't like the Vapo Cool shit. No. Regular old goddamn NyQuil.
You know what's the worst cold medicine, John?
What? Hello, Ed.
366. Hey, John.
What's
666 cold medicine, which actually tastes like hell. Have you ever tried that medicine?
I think I have a bottle of it right
So,
here.
666 kind of gives it
this
away.
says Knob Creek. Is it the same thing? Because it works.
It tastes nasty. It was nasty.
I don't want to knock over Clyde.
Well, they reckon if it's good for you, it can't taste good. But I remember years ago, didn't kids used to get drunk on cough medicine and high on it? Wasn't?
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine this shit. But, yeah, it's got alcohol in it, NyQuil and stuff like that. It's got alcohol, certainly, and plus the medicine.
Some of it does.
Or some shit, yeah. If you're desperate, I guess, yeah. Tips.
Answer your phone.
Tips was a mouthwash when I was young, and for a while this worked, and then they shut it down. It had alcohol in it, and when I was in reform school, that word came out, and all of a sudden people were like, telling their parents they wanted mouthwash, and we were getting it for a little while, and then all of a sudden, boom, no more tips. Yeah, they catch on to your ass sooner or later. Ed, have you been doing well?
John, I wanted to say it's still a beautiful day in Georgia.
Indeed, brother. Are you talking weather-wise, or are you just talking the general atmosphere in Georgia?
Both. Really.
Good. Yeah, we got up, I think, to about 80, 83, 84 today.
Yeah, but Warnock is safe for the next 6 years alongside John Ossoff.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that
Indeed.
nice to know? 6 years, baby. I've been putting up Ted Cruz for so long. I don't want to get rid of the guy.
Walker gave up pretty easy, didn't he?
No more of those attack ads by Herschel Walker.
Yeah, no more ads, period, for a little while.
Didn't he give up pretty easy, guys? I was just talking when Walker
Yes, he did. Walker gave up easily.
I will give him credit that he conceded in a timely manner, which is better than what Carrie Lake out there. She still hadn't conceded. Oh, I can't believe I lost. But kiss off, lady.
Throw her under the bus, John.
No shit. Just stand right there. Just hold on. Wait. Wait. Right. Oh, damn. Wrong spot. Anyway. Yeah. She needs to go away, but she's not. Hell, did you see?
You can take it up to the Supreme Court, but you'll lose.
Did y'all see Marjorie Taylor Greene out there talking about the reason Herschel Walker lost was because she wasn't involved, that they didn't let her to go down there and campaign for him? Yes, she felt slighted. What did she say? She didn't use the word slighted, but she said she felt she didn't like it. I can't remember the word she used. But yeah, she's on tape saying that shit. Really?
Jilted?
It wasn't jilted. She felt
that's the way she acts.
Something.
Awesome.
I don't know. She was outraged the fact that they did not let her go down there and campaign for him in Georgia, where she won, and that's the reason that he lost, is because she wasn't there to They wouldn't let her go down there and pump the crowd for her.
I can tell you why they didn't.
Well, pray tell, David, why?
It's the polls around her have shown that she brings with her the same negative effect that Trump
I
has now.
can't believe she got
Yeah.
Exactly.
She has she brings out the anti-Trump voters.
What the hell is
whatever.
wrong with Georgia's 14th district? That they look at her and think, yep, that's a good idea. That was a winner.
No, John,
We
it's
picked a
white on
good
the
one.
top.
No, you didn't. You picked an idiot who has made an ass out of herself. And yes, she's in the news for being stupid, for being an asshole. That's why she's in the news. Not because she's a great legislator.
That's a very important point you make there, John. That every GOP guy that's been in the news or is in the news is over stupidity or an attack.
I'm
It's
telling
never
you.
over a policy or for the people. It's always stupidity or an attack.
That's how
Well,
come
baby
I
things.
just wonder what the hell were they thinking picking Herschel Walker. You know, if they didn't vet
Well-
him enough to know, you know,
Well,
what was in his
Is it
past.
true that he was actually friends with Trump previous?
He was on
Yes.
Trump's show.
Oh, yeah, he was
Celebrity
buddies with
Apprentice
Trump.
back in the day.
Well, that's probably why he got
That's
got in
the
there
only
then.
reason he
Only
got
reason.
picked. I understand there were people within the Republican Party that was trying to tell him he was a flawed candidate, that it wouldn't work. But they didn't
not even
listen to
from
him.
Georgia.
Yeah. See
Walker
what they
Rutgers is
got.
Texan. He's not even from
It's
Georgia.
another part of the kiss at Donnie's ass brigade out there, and that's what they get. Joe Garcia,
Mhm.
Well, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
it's a beautiful
wonderful
day.
in
I
the
mean to
neighborhood.
tell you, how you doing, Joe?
Is
Oh,
there a
I'm good.
barbecue?
Huh?
Just got back. Just got back from court.
Did you? I
We're-
forgot to
we're
call
out
you
there.
back. I was going through the checkpoint when you called. I was-
I tell you, well, it's a good thing you didn't call me back because I was busy making tamales.
I seen it. Joe sent me a picture on my phone. He said it's that time of year to wrap Christmas presents, and he sent me a picture of homemade tamales. Your wife's been busy.
Mr.
Huh?
Garcia, Mr.
Oh, she's
Garcia,
always-
I'll send you my address.
Yeah.
We are desperate for food over here in Manham. I have no electricity. If you could just pass me up
Yes.
a vacuum dried
Yeah.
selection.
I'm,
Don't worry, Gary Spring just put the number in. It said call 1-800-JOE's Got Barbecue.
There it is.
Just call 1-800-JOE's Got Barbecue. You'll get him.
Literally eat at
Dave?
Joe's.
eat at Joe's. That's right.
Yeah.
I
literally.
tell you, Ozzy, you're gonna have to get yourself one of those amphibious planes, and
All
head
right.
on this way, and you can park right there at our Lake Corpus Christi, and you're about 4 miles away.
Well, I probably will need an amphibious plane in a couple of days.
Yeah.
I know.
Problem with that is I haven't got a license to fly one, and I wouldn't know how to fly one. So there's
Well,
a
who
slight
needs a
problem there,
license?
Joe.
Who needs a
Autopilot, Dave.
license?
Yeah, autopilot,
You know?
buddy. Just push a button. Tell it where you want to go. It'll fly
yeah.
there.
Just do what
Yeah.
I do.
Of course,
All
that
the
landing
buttons,
part
what
is,
happens.
the flying part, I guarantee you, the flying part, easy as fuck. Even if you don't know what you're doing, it is hard to kill yourself if you are flying straight and level, and it's pretty easy to determine that.
I don't
It's that
fly.
landing
It's just I
part
don't like
that is
to
going to get
die.
your ass. It's the
It's
earth
true.
will
Every
come up
time.
and smite thee. Huh?
I just don't want to
Yeah.
fly solo. If I did, I would die.
I love to fly. I
But
love
yeah,
My
to fly.
but places
my
will-
dad used to
just
tell
places
me
will
that
come-
when he was in the Air Force, he was a pilot, and I used to believe him. And my mum used to say, "Don't you believe your dad?" This was when I was a toddler. And Dad used to say, "I was a pilot." And then my mum told me one day, we're sitting in the kitchen, this typical Christmas type meal we're having, and Dad brought it up again. I was a pilot in the Air Force, and Mum said, "Yeah." Used to take boxes when they used to tell you to pile that box over there into a pile over there. You're a box pilot. That's what you did. You used to pile boxes. She brought him right down.
I didn't fly them, but I kept them flying. That's my
You didn't
job.
fly, John.
I didn't fly, no. I have flown, and I have taxied. But no, I have never taken off. I've never landed. As far as take the controls while in the air, yes, I've had a couple pilots let me sit in the seat for a few minutes just to get the feeling. You know, don't touch anything. Okay. Just sit there and look. And
Don't
Yeah.
but I
Don't
have
touch-
spent
don't-
I have spent a lot of time in the cockpit, and my favorite time in the cockpit is absolutely at night and at altitude, because there is no sense of movement in the aircraft. And to stare out that cockpit, it just looks like you're just standing still.
Or up or down.
No up, no down, no nothing. You're just, well, the only reason you know what down is because gravity. You drop something, you know which way it's going. But
What an awful name for a plane, a cockpit. How'd they come up with a cockpit? I mean,
yeah, because
what's
most
the
guys that
terminology
fly them
behind
things are decks, you know. So anyway, no, I don't. I have no idea.
I'm
Where
trying to
that,
work that out. Cockpit.
I have no
mean,
idea where
if anyone
that
can
came
help
from.
us. Oh, Trump's in the room.
I hear that. Who's that? That your grandbaby? Is that your grandson there, Joe?
That's mine. That's my granddaughter.
That's your granddaughter. How old?
Yeah. Well, let's see. How old are you, Tati? She's 4 years old.
4 years old. Bless her heart.
Beautiful.
4
There
years
you
old.
go.
I've got three of them. I got three of them right now. They dropped them off just right now.
That's what grandparents are for. That's
You're
what grandparents
babysitting.
are for. Here's the kids. Have a great time. We'll see you later.
That's right.
Oh, don't
Put 'em out
bullshit
in the
me,
yard.
Joe. You're enjoying it. I know you are.
Oh, I enjoy
And
every minute.
There you go, brother. There you
See,
go.
Dave? Cockpit is an old English naval term. Way back in the Navy.
But what does the
coxswain.
word mean?
Is that
Naval on the
is it
board.
from like being a coxswain on a
It's
boat?
the lower deck of the man o' wars,
There you
the British man o' wars, and they used to call it the pit. And it's where the yacht is steered in a lot of cases. So when planes started becoming the main vehicle of war, they just took a naval term.
Well, that's poppycock.
Okay.
You're trying to come up with words with the. How many words can you come up with that have the word cock in them? There, the chat is having a game here.
No, cocktail.
There you go, cocktail.
Yeah.
Cocktail. Boy, how
The
do
only
shit. All
plane
right,
that
y'all
I
get your
like-
minds out of the gutter now, damn it.
You said it, John.
The
You're
only
right.
plane, the only airplane I'll get on is the one at the carnival. The one that goes round and round.
Oh, really?
And John, you're right. It's where they borrowed it from the term coxswain, where the ship's pilot was stationed.
Yeah, there you go, the coxswain.
Same,
Coxswain, yeah. Yeah, that's the guy who controls the boat.
Here's the boat.
Yep, steers the boat.
So once again, you
I've
can tell those
never
Air
been
Force
to
people
Spain.
they owe you.
Huh?
You tell the Air Force people in the Air Force they owe you. You were there first, still.
You know what the difference between this was what, in the Airedale Navy. In the Airedale Navy, we used to have a thing. The difference between a naval air station and an Air Force base. You know what the difference is? It always appeared to us, because we landed at several Air Force bases, is that the Air Force built a fucking really nice base and then found a place for a runway. And it seemed like the Navy built a really great fucking runway and then tried to find a place to build a base. You know, it's like, because the first time I ever saw a beer machine was at an Air Force base. Really? Fucking beer machine in the freaking barracks?
Really?
It's like a Coke machine. Get a beer. Wonderful idea. Later on, the Navy caught up. Yeah. But, all right, Gary, people going in and out of it. See, I knew the guy. He's going right down the ball cock. Oh, hell, now we go. That's a valve. That's
dear.
a valve. That's a valve. Anyway.
You know, I'm getting tired of winning. We've been winning lately quite a bit.
Oh, boy, howdy shit. I'm not tired yet. I'm not done yet. Are you shitting me? Really, I think we're just getting started, baby. Like I said, we were all thinking Fulton County, Georgia would probably be the first one to pop. We're going to get the first hint right out of Fulton County, and we haven't even heard squat from them yet. And you know that's coming.
Fair warning, too.
What?
The mainstream media, you're going to hear a lot of this in the next 2 years, how 2024 is a terrible map for the Democrats. Terrible map. Don't believe that. It's a challenging map, but it's not impossible at all.
Oh, that's my way of saying things also.
Heard it.
Nothing is impossible.
Nothing.
Well, they're going to, just like they did with this
David.
time, just like in 2022, they that we did a red wave and all that, Democrats didn't stand a chance. They're doing it again. They've already started. It's really pissing me off.
Well,
Well, I
until
look at
they
it this way.
go ahead, Joe.
I look at it this way: that red wave was like blood to a shark. There was the blood everywhere, but no survivors.
I think the problem is exactly what they've been calling them out. The Republican Party has had a problem with flawed candidates, and that goes all the way to the top to Donnie. As a matter of fact, it really when they had a problem before, but when Donnie came along, it kicked it in the ass. It didn't
They're
matter.
blaming them.
It didn't matter about
Left and
anything
right, they're
except
blaming them.
yeah,
Flawed candidates and zero policy. They have no policy.
none.
I mean,
No, and they still don't
people
have a
that got
platform.
brave now.
They still don't have a platform.
No.
What they intend to do, except to persecute Democrats. We're gonna get that Joe Biden guy. Hunter
Their
Biden.
largest voter base doesn't care about a platform. It's all about revenge.
It's about revenge with the Republican Party.
And that's
The
what they're
whole
clinging
Hunter
to. It worked
laptop
before.
thing is all
It
about
worked.
dick pics. Are you shitting me? Oh, look at there. Hunter Biden was naked. Look at y'all see this? Lord have mercy. Yes, I seen the picture. Don't you wish you looked that good laying back in bed smoking a cigarette? I wish I did. Shit.
Wasn't it Sean Handy who came out yesterday or the day before and said that the Hunter Biden thing is a nothing burger?
It is. It's nothing. It's the same thing as Benghazi about the emails. It's an insinuation that they keep pushing.
I never thought I'd be saying
Still,
that. Sean Hannity has enough intelligence to recognize exactly how bad it's going to hurt him in 2024. I don't think anyone's going to listen to him because he's becoming less relevant. He's not crazy enough to be crazy.
Yeah. Well, all the circus has left the White House, you know, and they don't have near as much to, you know, sis boom ba about over there on Fox anymore. They're taking it on the hip every day, on the lip, on the hip.
Fox are copying it in the courthouse.
Huh?
oh, sorry, Dave.
Fox are copying it in the court. I mean, they're not. Fox looking pretty bad in the court, and you know when they're giving evidence in this voter machine case.
Yeah,
they look pretty bad in court.
It's going to cost them out the wazoo. Just like that TV commercial. What's wrong with him? He's got money out the wazoo. Well, get his ass in here. Well, that's what they're going to do with Fox. Because they blatantly ran with stories they knew were false. And it vilified the voting machine company. Smartmatics, is that who it is?
Minion.
Yep.
Minion.
Well, there's a couple different ones.
Dominion voting machines.
Dominion brought the.
Which one does Ivanka own?
Yeah.
Which one does Ivanka own the rights to?
Why do you think she's trying to get out of the limelight so much?
Yeah, they're not coming back.
Yeah, she's taking it back.
She's done a deal,
They
hasn't
got
she?
their
I
money.
heard
They
that
want
she's
to
done a
hide
deal.
now. And we're not. I don't
She's
think we're
done a
done
deal.
with that. Huh?
She tried.
She's done a deal with someone, a DOJ or something about, or whoever. Well, apparently she's done some deal with some prosecutor to keep her ass out of trouble.
She tried.
And she's buried her
Laughed at
dad in the.
She tried.
What happened,
David?
mate?
She tried to get a liability. Wanted to separate from herself. This was because she's getting caught up in the Trump organization stuff. She tried to come out and say, "Well, I'm not really part of the Trump organization anymore." They went bullshit.
Well, did you
Doesn't matter
profit
if you're
from it?
out of it now.
Yeah. Let's look at your last tax return, dear. See how much money you made out of the Trump organization.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's
exactly.
why they're trying
John?
to stay out. Yes, sir.
Before we go, you finish.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to say that, well, this is a head scratcher to me.
All righty.
Even though John Ossoff and Warnock won the Senate seats, still that M won the election by a landslide while Abrams was a million short.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was the talk show circuit or her ego that caused her to lose.
No, don't. It wasn't her ego.
I
What
don't
caused
think
her
it
to
was her
lose is
ego.
pretty simple. A lot of people who voted in Georgia election, they've been talking about this a lot, voted for the governor and no one else. They didn't like the other candidates.
I
so
heard
they
that.
just went in to vote for governor, and she got buried, and the Democratic Party didn't push her. You saw it all along. They never pushed her as a candidate to be in Georgia. They kind of let her do her own thing, and without the support, you don't go very far.
But yet still, Warnock won it.
Warnock won it because he brought out that that middle ground people.
I
that
think
wasn't done.
the more independents came out for Warnock.
And there were a lot of
There are a
lot
lot-
of Republicans stayed at home for Walker. They did
Exactly.
not like Walker.
And remember, you don't have to just hit the straight ticket thing. You can choose not to vote for somebody.
You know, Governor Brian Kemp and not Raphael Warnock, Ratzenberger,
Abram.
is it Ratzenberger, Secretary
Yeah.
of State? They are held in a little bit higher esteem in Georgia, I believe, for the fact that they stood up against Trump in this 2020 bullshit with the Electoral College
Yeah.
and all that shit.
Kemp,
The
because
fake
he got criticized
voters.
by Trump early on, really polished up his act in time to not be caught up in the anti-Trump stuff.
There you go. Yeah, because I think they recognized that he was going out the door. He's already got so much shit wrapped around him. He's not going to be able to survive. And I think Kemp and them figured that out early, and good on them for doing that. But it gave them a little bit more respect within the Republican Party. And now we're seeing more and more of a split in the Republican Party. Even some Republican congressmen and stuff are coming out speaking against him again. Mitt Romney came out again, but that's not surprising. But you're going to see more and more of it because we're going to see more and more shit come down. Don't you be stepping on nothing. That's my cat.
Did you see the gold medal ceremony for the officers at Capitol?
Yes, I
Yes,
did.
yes.
Yes.
Did you see who didn't get their hand shaken?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Well noted, too, by
Mitch
the
got
world.
problems.
Yeah, that was highlighted on the news, and I was glad to see it. Yeah, they said they weren't going to shake hands because they're two-faced. They didn't even
That's
want to
true.
give them they fought all the way in the background. They were forced to give those medals. They don't want to
McConnell
admit
didn't
shit.
give a care about one of the officers' mother who one
Officer
of them
Sitnick.
committed suicide.
Yes.
Well, I think one of them committed suicide or was killed. And of course, McConnell didn't get a rat's ass. He didn't care.
Yeah, I think Sicknick was the one that died as a result of the injuries sustained on January 6th. He died the next day. Hello,
Heart
Teresa
attack, didn't he?
Rojas, mi amiga. I see you in there, baby. Huh?
He had a heart attack, didn't he?
Yes, he had a heart attack and died. And
Stroke,
from the
yeah.
stress of that day. And
I mean, McConnell didn't give a flying fuck. It's just he
No.
stood by Graham and Trump.
you know, I thought it spoke
Thinking it was all
volumes
Antifa.
that they walked by, and good on them
Yes,
making that
exactly.
because they
You
should.
sometimes wonder why Kentucky and South Carolina reelected them.
You do. Mitch
Every day.
McConnell's got a grip on Kentucky so thick that it's, he's not going to get tossed out no matter what. But,
Hey, John.
I am surprised that in West Virginia we have Joe Manchin, except a lot of people tell you he's a dino. He's a Democrat name only. He's a heavy conservative Democrat, you might say. Yes.
How true is it that Ted Cruz's daughter?
Yeah. Isn't that a pitiful story?
That is sad.
Yeah,
It is
Seriously
true.
sad.
I
It
feel
is.
for the child, but I didn't know how true it was.
You don't want to tread on anybody's personal life.
No.
The story has
No.
been reported that she came out as I understand it, bisexual. And I guess that didn't go over well with Daddy. And
Not with Daddy.
yeah, and that it was an attempted suicide. That's what
We're
Okay.
that's what I
it's just
understand it to be.
conjecture. We can't really
Huh?
go into people's personal lives. We don't know.
No, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know, and
And we don't need to do more damage by talking about it either.
No,
that's
no,
true.
no.
point
No,
well.
I just
point well
I
made.
heard
Well,
something.
let's put. I'll just say one thing on it, all right, and I'll say nothing else. I think this poor girl was denied help when she needed it. That's all I'll say.
Well, anybody
Hmm.
that is at that point, this new 988 number that's come out, the suicide prevention hotline, and if anybody feels that desperate, please reach
Yes.
out. It is suicide. It when it touches a family, because I know it touched my family.
Yeah,
It's
and
also
mine are-
911,
It
and we're
is the
connected
way-
to a crisis intervention officer.
you know, it came and hit my family. My nephew had problems with drugs, and his mom basically threw him out of the house, and he didn't reach out. I mean, I would have. I was always there for him, and he didn't reach out, and he took his life in Arizona.
It's
So it's a hard thing to.
it is a hard thing for any family to deal with.
Yes,
And it gets very personal, and
it hurts.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Anyway,
Can I just let's lighten the subject here? I'd like to take a leaf. Mitch said it yesterday. I think Mitch Goldstein. Let's hit the like button. Let's get the things happening here.
the like
Let's
button.
get
I
some
thought you were
likes.
saying light, like and turn on the light.
Well, I'd love to have some light, but
Like and
I'm
Yeah,
not
like,
a
share, and
generator.
subscribe. We still got a few minutes before we
Yep.
have to roll the credits. We're not done yet. Boy, what a day though! It started early, and it just barely ended right before I came online. And again, we pulled off a good show because it's the conversation that makes it. Every time we talk in the Blue Room after the show, well, we pulled another one out of our butt because nobody knew what we was going to do when we got on the air. But we don't need to know. The
That happens
conversation
all the time.
all the time, buddy. It's like, oh
All the
man,
time.
I'm
Spontaneous. It's spontaneous,
I'm
John.
having to look behind me to see where I'm at. You know, where the hell am I? So, but
I
Well,
tell
you
you
don't
what.
even know who's going to turn up, do you, John?
never do, and that's good. I love
No.
it this way. And it's just like if we were sitting around the table, we'd all be having a conversation. And that's exactly what this is. And that's exactly what I see in the chat also. That's what I love about this shit, is the
Yeah.
conversation that goes on. Because I worry so much about, well, what's up in my head? What am I going to talk about? I do that a lot to my rants. When I have to do a rant, because I don't want to, it has to be all in one take. Can't be.
Dude, you are
I
gifted.
I don't want to cut and paste shit. No, it ain't gifted. It's, but I'll sit out there 15 minutes talking to camera before I turn it on. And
Oh, I don't know. You were pretty spontaneous Thanksgiving. I tell you what, I would not have been able to connect sentences like you did.
I'm not any different than anybody else is. The
Except
conversation
for one
just
thing.
flows. What?
Yeah. Except for one thing, when you were up there in Corpus, you said we're here in Mathis, and I'm going,
Yeah.
no, they're not.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sometimes I have to look behind me to see where I'm at. Where'd I go anyway? Where the hell am I? I spend an awful lot of my
John,
time
I've
doing
got-
that shit.
I've got one marked as one of my favourites is the one we had 4 takes just to get going.
Oh man, yeah, I could do some what do they call it, blooper reels. I could
Yeah.
probably produce several of them right now with as much bullshit as on that iPad right there, where I'll get 5 minutes into something and then all of a sudden say the wrong thing and then just go, shit, damn it, now fucking, that's the last thing you see in the clip. Yeah, God dog it. So anyway, I didn't do a rant today just because because I was busy. I did my last 2 rants in my truck because things have been a little hectic around the house. Let me send out a
Your last one yesterday wasn't such a rant, but it was a great one.
Thank you.
Yesterday, it was wonderful.
It was.
What'd I say?
Of course, saying
know.
that,
It's good.
of course, the election result from Georgia, and of course, that the Trump organization is in hot water.
Good day to smile, buddy. Let me send out a big thank you to Leanne Geyer, who just came in with a $50 donation. Thank you very much, baby, and said the Democrats all the way in 2024 because democracy matters.
Indeed.
Indeed, it does, and I really do. I believe we're going to see the steam pick up with more voter involvement in 24 than we've seen in generations. There are a lot of people coming up and are going to be eligible to vote. They're highly motivated. These are high school graduates and stuff that have been through years of tragic shootings and whatnot. And I think they're ready to participate in this discussion in which way this country is going to go. So I'm looking very optimistic about 24. If we could get the people motivated, if you get the people to vote, we win. That's all there is to it. It happens every time. If we get the turnout Democrats are favored whenever there's high turnout. So we just have
Oh,
to.
you know, speaking of turnout, I did see something. I can't remember if it was CNN or what it was, but they were talking about the Republicans going, maybe mail-in ballots aren't so bad.
Yeah. Well, what do they call it? They're doing an autopsy right now on the midterm.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're looking to see what happened.
Well,
How
they're
come
finding out that even their voters, if you give them a month to be able to vote early,
Yeah, that was
that
kind of
they'll
a suck
vote.
deal, Donnie, coming out and bad mouthing early voting and all that because it hurt Republicans.
Yep.
You know, if you're that
Oh,
stupid,
that
well,
was his scorched earth. John, that was
yes.
just scorched earth. He was shitty that they wouldn't nominate him to be their leader or their nominee.
And it's not
He
the end
wasn't
of it.
guaranteed.
It's not the end of it either. We're going to see more of that.
No.
He's not done throwing people under the bus. Are you shitting? That bus is going to be busy when he starts getting indicted. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who he's going to throw under the bus, who he's going to blame.
The dominoes will fall.
The dominoes will fall.
Because it's indictment season.
You make a song like that.
Let's blame someone else. Let's blame someone else.
It's Rudy, the red-nosed drunk lawyer. Yeah,
Oh,
he's on the list
careful.
too. I want to see his ass. Rudy Giuliani. Yep, get his ass.
Yeah, he's gone quiet.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying to stay. I don't know. He'll do anything for a buck. That guy.
Same as Matt Gates.
It's
Matt
sad.
Gates has gone quiet.
Guess nobody will give him a buck anymore.
I was happy to see Mark Meadows being one of the ones. Mark, I think sunk his ass when he tied his ass to Donnie. He had an opportunity to do something. He almost came through, but he didn't. He decided not to.
You know, I think
fuck
Schipolone's testimony when he was allowed to speak his mind in that grand jury, I think that would have sunk a few people.
I think it did. I think it did when the judge gave him
Free reign.
Yeah, free reign to talk about everything. Yeah. Boy, my mind is cooked. Anyway, boy, howdy shit.
How y'all doing today? It is Monday, baby, and it's Monday, and it's raining outside, and it's cold.
It's John, not the damn video. I'm working on something. I got that video.
It's a comedy show.
Yeah, you hold on to your britches. It's fixing to get more funny. I'm working on something. I want to get it. I don't want to say what it is because I want it to be a thing. When I do it the first time, it's just going to happen, and then we're going to see where it goes. But
Should close the show with Christmas, Merry Christmas, The War is Over by John Lennon, because 42 years ago tonight, he has went into the heavens.
has it been 42 years?
1980.
Ooh, shit.
About yesterday.
Man. You know, when we see events, recall events, and we get that number how many years ago, sometimes you just, that's the point that you go, what? How? Where? That was
Mark
yesterday.
David Chapman
That was
will stay in prison for the rest of his life.
Shit. Time flies, baby, and it's flying by a whole
Mark
lot
David
faster.
Chapman still remains in prison, and he will remain in prison until the day he dies.
Who?
Mark David Chapman, the gunman that shot and killed John Lennon.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever going to get out. He's tried several times. I thought last time they moved him or something.
No, he's going to be there forever.
Good.
He got
I don't
life
have any-
without parole, didn't he?
Life without parole, they say. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
So,
it's made for.
you know,
That's what it was designed to do.
Yeah.
Life, and, it doesn't mean life.
But John
doesn't
Lennon
mean
wasn't
life
his first
everywhere.
offence, John.
In different states,
John
life,
Lennon wasn't his first offence. John Lennon was he'd had a previous history before, so I know whether that is that 3-strike rule, whether it was that involved. But when you think about it, life without parole just for straight up murder is pretty strong. Normally it's just life. So he must have had a history, and he did have a history, I should say. So he was off the streets, but the judge thought you're a danger to anyone.
Yeah.
But he loved John Lennon. This is what amazed me. They found that he had Lennon's records. He was a fan of Lennon. Yet he killed him.
A twisted mind. What do you know?
Stalker. Let's not call him a fan.
There's
I'm a
Very
fan.
good.
He was
unfortunately history is littered with them. You know that we don't have an explanation.
And that's
for why
another
we
problem
did.
you're having in your schools. You're not teaching enough history in your schools. I mean, I'm shocked to realise that half the teenagers, more than half, probably 75% of them, didn't know or realise what the Holocaust was. You know, it's
That's
not been taught
embarrassing.
in
The Holocaust.
schools.
I was pissed off when I
That
did
is
not know anything about Black Wall Street. Really?
No.
right.
A big
Right.
event like that with so many dead and damage like that, and it was just swept away.
Yep.
Not needed. Yes.
Yep.
It's
If you
very
don't
selective
teach history, you repeat history if you don't teach it or if you don't learn from it. And by teaching it,
And
you learn from
we're
it.
still learning from it. We're still learning from our mistakes. Still trying to correct mistakes. And that's the whole story of America. From the beginning, we've been trying to. That's how come they have amendments to the Constitution. It's not. Things had to be added to protect everybody because not everybody wants to play nice.
Isn't that
Uh,
paper that Donnie wants to forget about?
Donnie,
The
I think, is going to
Constitution?
want to forget. Yeah, he doesn't have much faith in that. Yeah, it's just a piece of paper to people like him, something to be manipulated. Again, I caveat things like this: the Constitution, whatever you want to call it, the Constitution, the flag. I don't care what it is. It's a piece of paper. It's a piece of fabric.
Yep.
It's the meaning behind it. That is America. That is the ideals. If we don't live up to them, then yeah, it's just a flag, baby. It's just another flag like everybody's got a flag. Constitution, just a piece of paper. Look, them countries over there got lots of pieces of paper. It's only what we do with it. It's only what we
That's right.
make it mean. That's what
I'm
it
so
means.
glad
something.
I'm in the majority. I'm so very glad.
I am too, brother. I am too, because we are.
Yep.
And I dare say we're the moral majority, too.
Absolutely.
Piss the Republicans off. What do you mean moral? That's us. No, baby, I don't think so. Y'all turn your back on people every day of the week. We don't do that shit. Everybody is in this party. Everybody's in this country, and that's why we need to be proud of the Respect for Marriage Act being. It's not far enough, but it's progress.
Still needs to be codified. We haven't
Gay
codified
marriage
it.
needs to be codified in the country. It needs to be made law, so it can't be it's fucked with by some state who thinks they're morally superior in their. I don't know. It's a religious question to me, and separation of church and state is essential for a free and democratic society. I don't want your religion interfering with our laws. It's that simple. You know, some of them we agree with. Thou shalt not kill. Hey, good rule. Murder's illegal. Hey, kind of coincides there. But not all of them, baby.
I'm tired of the special exceptions because of religion. Well,
Yeah.
let's make up a new religion so I can get some kind of special
There are
exception.
4,200 religions in this world. 4,200. And there are probably
many
more by the
countries.
time since I learned that. But
Yeah,
and they probably rounded off a little bit, whatever. Because
I don't know how
it
long
fluctuates, I'm
since
sure,
I've
on a daily basis. But
I do not know how long since I've seen a religion actually do something for the people. I have not seen a soup kitchen getting out there in the middle of winter. You might see the odd one, but churches were based on helping those who couldn't afford to live or a roof over their head, the people in need. And yet there's still people homeless, dying in the street midwinter, dying in heat waves. And the churches, they're in their air-conditioned chapels and their air-conditioned mansions.
if we truly lived the way most religions say we should, we wouldn't have a problem. We wouldn't have a problem with homelessness or hunger or
Mental illness.
Yeah, it is. And
Yeah, they can buy a $50 million Learjet for the kingpin, or a $100 million Learjet, but they can't shell that money into the people that need it on the ground.
Yeah.
That's not a religion. That's a business that doesn't pay tax.
I do dare say I do believe that small churches, that do feel a need in the community. I've seen that. It's when you start moving up the ladder, getting into these bigger and bigger churches, that you see less and less of that, and more of just, praise the Lord and pass the hat. It's the smaller churches that really hold people together, that need that. And I don't shit on religion. I am an atheist, but what do I know? I don't know squat. When I get to the door, there might be somebody there. Oh, St. Peter. Well, ahead of shit. But like I say, well, let's don't say that. Anyway.
Well, John and guys, I'm gonna have to go. I gotta go check
Well,
a head injury.
we're heading out the door, Joe, too. Let me thank David Billings for coming in with a $5 donation and said, religion is to politics as motor oil is to lasagna. I'd agree with that.
Absolutely.
Let's keep the motor oil.
Leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Leave a bad taste in your mouth. Anyway, it's time to wrap up. Joe, I know you got to go, so thank you for coming in, brother.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got a nephew that hit his head playing basketball.
You're going to hit the tamales. I know what you're doing.
Go take care of the kids.
Going to hit the tamales, buddy.
John,
yeah.
Well, I'll talk to you a little bit later on in the blue room. As soon as I get rid of this stuff here going on, and I got something for you.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Wonder what that would be.
Hey, tamales. Anyway, Joe, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming in, brother. And we'll talk to you soon. And Ed.
Yes, John.
Ed, thank you for coming in and joining us, brother. Always enjoy the
Our
conversation.
pleasure.
Our pleasure,
Wonderful
brother.
pleasure to you, John.
We'd love to hear it.
Next time.
And let me say here, Mr. Chick,
Yes.
thank you, baby, for coming in and joining the conversation. We enjoyed it.
You're welcome. Remember, everybody, to like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe. A Blue Dot in Texas. Indeed, baby. It helps.
And it's indictment season.
Yeah, she had a bad taste. Oh, Gary Spring. There we go. Anyway, Miss Chick, thank you. Aussie Dave.
Yo.
Thank you for coming in, brother. Making us our international flair here.
No worries. It's a wet flare, but it's a flare.
Look, brother, take care of yourself. And try to stay as dry as you can.
Try to.
Stay as dry as you can, but I know that ain't going to. That's the one thing about floods. You end up getting wet one way or the other every day.
Either way, mate.
Either way.
My feet are going to get wet.
But take care of yourself. Come
join
us if you can. We'll worry about you if you don't.
Mate, I'll make the attempt.
Outstanding.
Just keep me in your thoughts, and I won't drown myself.
Not a problem. We will indeed do that, my friend.
Okay, pal.
And David. David, thank you for coming in, brother.
The pleasure is always mine.
Always ours, brother. Always ours. Appreciate your conversation. Your intellect. I appreciate you. Anyway, boy, howdy shit. I want to thank everybody for coming in here. I want to thank everybody in our YouTube and Facebook family. Thank you to those who donated and those in our Patreon family. Thank you so much for donating. It keeps this show alive. And we couldn't be more thankful. Anyway, tomorrow is Beer and Bud Friday. So, indeed, put the beer on the ice. Get ready. Get a little bit. Prime that bud a little bit. We're going to slide into the weekend. And I never know if I'm going to try to do one live on Friday or just do a Beer and Bud video. I'd never know, but we'll play it by ear again tomorrow. And so look and see if I'm here. If I'm not, you'll get video. Anyway, that's it, right? Y'all say goodnight.
Yeah.
Y'all say goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We will see you back here for sure on Sunday for another Blue Dot family meeting. And indeed, like, share, and subscribe. And spread this family around, baby. It's getting bigger all the time. Y'all take care of yourself.